Hey guys, and welcome back to Tech Genie. Today what I'm going to be doing is running through the reasons why you should buy the iPhone 7 and reasons why you probably shouldn't. This is just some advice for you people who are deciding whether you should go ahead and pre-order the iPhone 7 or not. So make sure you stick around, stay to the end so you make sure you get as much advice as you can. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so I'm just going to jump right in with the two new colours. We've got the jet black version and of course the matte black version. So if you're thinking of getting a new colour, this is great, you've got some more options, go ahead and get the iPhone 7. However, the new jet black version is going to be definitely more susceptible to fingerprints, and of course you are going to notice those scratches a little bit more. Secondly, we've got the new introduction of the A10 Fusion chip. So if you want to update to a new phone that's going to be much more faster, go ahead, get the iPhone 7. However, if you're with the iPhone 6s and your phone's running a little bit slower, don't worry too much. I would wait until iOS 10 comes out. It's got some new features in it that's designed to make your phone feel a little bit faster and a little bit more fluid. Not only is the new iPhone 7 increased in speed, but it's not increased by that much. But don't forget, the iPhone 6s is blazingly fast as it is, and the new increase in speed for the iPhone 7 is not going to make so much noticeable difference. And then of course we've got the new feature of the water and dust resistant, which is brilliant because now the new phone is water resistant. If you splash it, drop it down the toilet or something really quickly, pull it out, it should be okay. Technically that's a great thing. However, your phone is not completely 100% waterproof. Don't throw it in a swimming pool, don't go and take a selfie with an octopus or something else, because it's going to die, it's going to get completely filled with water, and you're not going to be covered because of insurance. They're not going to cover it because it doesn't say anywhere on the Apple website, go and submerge it and take selfies underwater. It just says it's splash resistant. So keep that in mind. I wouldn't upgrade it and take it for a swim. Now if you are going to upgrade to the new iOS 7, the only reason that I would see for upgrading is the new cameras. Now with the new iPhone 7 Plus, you've definitely got a big upgrade. You've got the dual camera system with the two 12 megapixel lenses, you've got the telephoto lens, and then of course the wide angle lens, designed to give you that 10 times zoom. And then of course you've got the new features such as the depth of field effect, which should be coming out later on in the updates coming to the phone, the software updates. However, if you are coming to the iPhone 7, you're not going to go to the iPhone 7 Plus, you just want to go to the iPhone 7, I wouldn't upgrade based on the camera, because the iPhone 7 can record in 4K, but don't forget the iPhone 6s can also record in 4K. There's not much of a difference between the two, and I wouldn't really necessarily upgrade based on the camera of the iPhone 7. Yes, if you want a decent camera or a really good camera, go for the iPhone 7 Plus. I would say that that is definitely worth an upgrade. The next thing that we heard from Apple was the 25% increase in display brightness. Brilliant, thumbs up, well done, good job Apple. However, I wouldn't say this is a brilliant idea because no one's going to have their phone on 100% brightness all day, every day. After all, you're trying to preserve battery life. I'll get onto battery life in a minute, but you're not going to be using full percent brightness anyway, so you're not really going to notice much difference. Also, the problem with the display of the iPhone 7, not the 7 Plus, the iPhone 7, is that it's still a 720p HD display, and there are some better displays on the market, including the iPhone 7 Plus, but also you've got some 1080p displays that are 4.7 inches, just like the iPhone 7, so maybe wait until next year for the new iPhone 8. And then we've got the battery life increased and then the phased out version of the 16GB model. So the battery life, you can expect up to 2 hours extra battery life on the iPhone 7, and then up to 1 hour extra battery life on the iPhone 7 Plus. Now you can record in 4K with no trouble because you can go ahead and buy the 256GB option. Brilliant, go ahead and get that. I think that's a good idea. Apple have now removed the headphone jack. I know everyone anticipated it, everyone thought it was going to happen. We all knew that this was going to happen, this was a highly likely chance of it being removed, but I don't think anyone quite registered how much of an impact it was going to have on your day-to-day life. So if you like listening to music and you haven't got any Bluetooth headphones, and you like listening to music, especially when you're on 5% charge and you want to charge your phone at the same time, then you've got a problem coming your way, because the problem that we foresee here is you can't listen to music and charge your phone at the same time. Newsflash Apple, but that wasn't the most sensible option to take, and I don't really see what advantage you get from removing the headphone jack. There's not a new feature other than the stereo speaker system that I can really see, especially when most people use headphones anyway. But of course, if you've got some Bluetooth headphones, I wouldn't worry. It's up to you whether you should buy the AirPods or not. They are incredibly expensive, coming in at $160. Okay, and then finally, I just want to talk about the design. Now, as we all know, that the difference between the iPhone 6s and the iPhone 7, the design really has not changed, if or at all. Because if you look at the two phones, the only two design differences that I can see is the removal of the antenna bar, which doesn't really make so much of a difference. It's kind of noticeable, of course, but some people like it, some people don't. Form your own judgment on that. but you've also got the design change on the camera. You've got the kind of more blended in flush look, but I think that was more of a practical design change in terms of they needed to redesign that. Some people were having problems of bashing it and denting it and almost shearing off the camera, so they kind of really needed to give that a little bit of a rethink, and also they needed to hide the new sensor, the new lens. I think it was slightly bigger, so I think that was more of a practical sense and not really an aesthetic design look, although that's not at least what they were thinking of doing. Especially if you're looking at the two phones from a distance, unless you're really looking, you're not going to notice the difference at all. So I would say if you're thinking of making a statement saying, look, I've got the new iPhone 7, then I would definitely suggest going ahead and buying the jet black shiny version, because everyone's going to know that you've got the new iPhone 7. However, getting the matte black or the gold or the rose gold, I wouldn't say anyone's going to tell the difference between the two, especially at a distance. Okay, so that was a quick kind of rundown of whether you should or shouldn't buy the iPhone 7. My advice is, if you've got loads of money in your back pocket, let's say you've got £1,000 in your back pocket and you think maybe I should upgrade my phone, sure, go ahead. And you don't mind spending £1,000 getting some accessories, getting the AirPods, then that's pretty cool. I would definitely suggest going to get it. And if you want to make a statement that says I've got the iPhone 7 and you've got enough money, go for the shiny version. But if you're kind of on the side of should I or shouldn't I, I've got enough money, I've scraped some money together to get the new phone, I really want a new phone to upgrade, maybe hold on to your phone for one more year, and here's the reason why. Next year is the 10-year anniversary of the iPhone, so with that should hopefully come some brand new designs, some new tech, really cram it full of stuff, blow everyone away and make everyone think, wow, this is the phone to get. So I would wait until next year, see what Apple can throw out there. It should be some really interesting stuff. So if you're on the side of caution, should I, shouldn't I definitely would not bother, unless of course you want to get a new camera with your phone, you take loads of photos and you're one of those Instagram famous people. Maybe seize the advantage now, get ahead of everyone and take that iPhone 7 Plus. But other than that, I don't really see much advantage in getting the iPhone 7. Okay, so that should conclude today's video, guys. I hope I haven't missed anything out. I hope I've given you kind of a rough idea of whether you should or shouldn't get the iPhone 7. If you've got any advice to everyone else, leave some comments down below. Kind of let's get a discussion going on whether you should or shouldn't buy it. Personally, my advice, as I've just stated, I wouldn't get it. And if I would, I'd get the shiny black version. So don't forget to vote up here or up here, I don't know where it is, on the poll of what your favourite colour is. We'll be really intrigued to know what your favourite colour is. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, go and check out some of our other videos. Why not? It's free. So we'll see you in the next one. Live long and prosper.